Joey McGuire.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Hey, I watch y'all every day, man, so it's pretty cool. I'm serious. I watch you every day.
Oh, that's not great. We don't love that. You need to be doing great things.
No, you're kind of in the background.
Okay,
I'm watching film, but I got to hear what's going on.
Yeah, but please have us muted. We don't need to be influencing anything in your brain. You have one of the greatest in the history of football. Can we talk about your story a little bit? Obviously, I see the Texas High School Coaches Association.
Yes, sir. It's Coaches Day in the state of Texas.
High School Coaches Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Texas high school football, obviously.
Big time, man. It's real.
Which movie's your favorite about it? Varsity Blues?
Varsity Blues is great. I mean, it's really good, but I'm a Friday Night Lights guy, man. It's just that's what it really is out here in Texas.
Okay, so we should watch Friday Night Lights and understand that is actually high school football. How many years were you a high school football coach?
23.
Okay, and I heard from Matt Rule.
My dude.
Yes, okay, that's what he said basically, that he really wanted to sell you on leaving high school football, but a lot of people have done that in the past, and you never wanted to leave high school.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate
100%. Yeah, so we won state in 2006, and from 2006 to 2016, I had an opportunity to go to college, and I didn't. I wanted to coach. One, I wanted to coach my kids, my daughter and my son, and two, at the time, it was like, man, I'm a high school coach, a head high school coach, and in a great program, and I felt like that's what I was meant to be. And then I met Matt Rule in 2016. It did help my son. That was his last year. I knew everything was going to kind of change for me with him, it being his senior year. But I met Matt, and, man, we really hit it off. Like what football's about, how you treat kids, how you grow them into men. And so, man, I was all in.
Yeah, high school football feels like the most pure football now with how business has kind of taken over college football. Let's talk about that for your school.
Yeah.
Why is this the perfect place for you, former high school football coach? Baron Morton's dad, I believe, high school football coach also for like 32 years. So it feels like you guys have a great combination of like the purity, love of football with obviously good backing. I drove through some of the field, your oil rigs just.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, to bang.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yes, that's what they certainly are doing. That's certainly what they're doing. Then they're also assisting with Texas Tech football, which is awesome. Cody Campbell, I think his name has come up a lot as an ex-Raider football player, Red Raider football player who's now in it. But tell me how that's a perfect mix for you guys here at Texas Tech and how it matches maybe the community. Because this place loves ball. It is very, very obvious.
Yeah, I have 7 former high school coaches on my staff. Some was only a year, but they were in high school football, and so it's a really strong staff. It's a group that loves football and understands football. But man, I'm a Texan. I ain't never lived anywhere else. I was born in Texas, and I'll die in Texas. And hopefully not anytime soon. But I'm gonna die a Red Raider. I'll be here for the rest of my life, and so. It's this town is built. This is a true college town. It is built around this university, and everywhere you go, when you go out tonight, and I know you're gonna have a great steak. I'm taking care of it for you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Hey, thank you for that.
I got you, man.
And I got good meat palate, like the meat judges.
Get ready.
Yeah. Okay.
It's unreal. It's unreal. And so, like, this town is a true college town, and everywhere you go, you're going to see the double T. And there is a great pride in their football.
Let's talk about your students at Tent City out there since Sunday to get in general admission. Obviously, top 10 matchup here with BYU.
Yeah.
Are you talking to your players about what the students have been doing this week, or how are you kind of treating what seemingly is the biggest week here in a long, long, long time?
Yeah, you can't shy away from it. They see it. My PowerPoint, whenever I introduced the team Tuesday to BYU, I actually had some of the tents, some pictures of the tents, and I left Tuesday night at 9:15 out of the front door. My truck literally is 30 yards away. I got in my truck at 10:46. And my chief of staff saved me, or I'd have been there even longer.
Hell yeah!
I signed kegs.
Yeah.
I signed a lot of Copenhagen cans.
Hell yeah!
Zins, a lot of Zins. It's unreal, man. And that's honestly, that I've had so many of the students come up to me and say, man, my cousin said he got to do this in 08, or my uncle said he got to do this in 08.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I mean, I believe in the college experience. I believe in the high school and college experience. And I'm really happy to make this a big deal.
Sports can do that for a lot of universities.
It's incredible. Yes.
Obviously, with game day, getting an opportunity to go see this guy's 80 years old. Keg stand out there with the boys.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, thanks for a good time. Thanks for letting me hang out there." Not a bad keg stand either. I think he went a good 10 seconds. I don't know how many gulps he had, but the boys were reliving the great times, and sports can do that everywhere.
No doubt.
Thankful that you guys have a good commitment to sports here. Now, speaking of commitment, you have a couple returners, got some new people. Tone has a question for you back in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Coach, I do. A lot of people were so high on Tech coming into the season because you had so many returning starters, but then you weren't afraid to bring in the #1 transfer portal class in the nation. So how hard was it for you, because you had so much returning talent, to be like, hey, you're great, but we're also going to bring in some guys that are just going to supplement, that are going to start. So like, how was it hard for the culture to tell some guys, hey, I know you were a starter here, but we're going to bring in some more guys. It's going to make us better in the end.
Yeah, it kind of a mixture. I mean, one, you got to earn everything. I mean, if you start on this team, you earned it. Nothing's given, and everything's about competition. I do believe that real players understand real players from the standpoint, like, if I was a guy that was starting at defensive end and all of a sudden David Bailey walked on campus, I realized I'm not like that guy. That's going to make guys going to make us better. And so that's part of it. But I think a lot of it, too, is I've been doing this for 31 years, and this is the healthiest locker room I've ever been a part of. These guys have gelled, and you said it. One of the big reasons is the guys that were returning. Ben Roberts, Jacob Rodriguez, Bryce Ramirez, Baron Morton, they bought into our plan too, and they got behind us right off the bat.
I love what you're building here, man.
Thank you, man.
I really do. I enjoy it, especially the fact that you're a high school football coach in Texas. I'm sure that helps a little bit.
It does. I'll give you another reason to enjoy it too. Cody Campbell played for the Colts.
I was there.
So, yeah, man. So,
I know, and he's got a strong goatee too.
Yeah.
Listen, I would like to pick Cody Campbell's brain.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's pretty damn smart, I'm telling you.
I watched the Jerry Jones documentary. I saw what $800,000 rig can do. I saw $100 million.
And he's sitting on a honey hole right now. Aren't we waiting for it to come, the natural gas?
I mean, that's what Jerry Jones is looking for.
I know. See, I told you I listened to y'all.
Yeah. Wow. That's hilarious. People in Texas listen to us talk about the honey hole. And that's gas that Jerry Jones is on. But literally, as you land here, we were driving. I made First Sergeant pull over and stop in the middle of the street. I'm like, oh, I got to get a photo of this. There was a stop sign. Obviously, it was at a T. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Sunrise. It was like a perfect thing. And you just saw like the silhouettes of oil rigs.
Yes, sir.
That's people betting on something right there.
Yeah.
All of them. They have no idea if it's going to hit. And then allegedly, if I get like 30 minutes out of this town or something like that, there'll be one like every 50 feet. Like people are just trying to find it.
It is, man.
A lot of courage out here. A lot of scratch-offs, man.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that's what we were talking earlier. That's what's really cool about the Red Raiders. Like, whenever you go to different places and you're like, hey, this is a big donor, this is a big donor, this is a big donor, that's daddy's money. Cody Campbell didn't come from daddy's money. Dusty Womble didn't come from daddy's money. Mike, they didn't. They bet on themselves.
Yes.
And at a high level, like the Cody Campbell, John Sellers, that's Double Eagle. So they're called Double Eagle because they're from Canyon, Texas. The Eagles, they were high school teammates, so we got two Eagles, Double Eagle. They were college teammates here at Texas Tech and went off, did two things, one real estate, and one was playing professional football, came back and bet on themselves. And not just they bet on themselves where everybody else was running the other way. Yes.
We're doing this one.
Hey, we got one, though, man. I told you, you got one. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, not two. That's somebody else.
Yeah. I don't know who it is, but you just friggin',
So
there we go. We got one. Yes, sir.
Okay, right here.
Yep.
I didn't bring my own. We were talking about that yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. I was potentially just going to bring my own guns.
Yeah.
And then as game day started, I was going to pull them out, and then just fire them off. But I didn't know how,
We can get you some if you need it. We are in Texas.
Oh, get them some.
Yeah, we thought. You talked about the D-line a little bit there about, hey, when somebody shows up, it's a little different. AJ has a question for you about that, actually.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk about how dominant they've been? I know you got a couple of velociraptors, as you like to call them, on that front.
Yeah.
But can you talk about the impact they've had so far this year?
Well, it starts with their leadership. We lost, and it hurt us in the D-line. We lost Skylar Gill-Howard to an ankle. He dislocated his ankle because he was the big voice in that room. Lee Hunter has really stepped up vocally with that. But, we have some guys that bought in to being backups and being rotational guys that were starting last year, and like Duda Banks and Jaden Cofield. So our depth in the D line is we're 2 to 3 deep, but Lee Hunter, Romello Height, David Bailey, A.J. Holmes, Jaden Cofield, they're big people beat up little people, man. Yep. And they're big people. They're extremely physical, and they have bought into Coach Wood and his defense.
You talk about big people beating up little people. I heard the meats around here. They serve big steaks around here.
Yes.
That's what you're paying for me for later?
I got you, man.
How many ounces we talking?
Well, you ought to get the tomahawk.
Yeah, I will.
Yes,
if
please.
You're paying for it.
No, I got you, man.
You could be around here a long time.
Yeah.
So it's a big. Do we know the ounces?
I don't know the ounces, but it usually takes a couple people to eat the tomahawk. So
yeah,
I think you're the man.
Meat. You know that, Coach.
I got you.
Yeah, Coach knows that.
Yeah.
We're in a crazy world right now where it feels like a lot of coaches, especially purity of game coaches, are trying to get out of college because what it has become from a business standpoint feels like you view it a little bit different. Connor has a question for you, actually.
Yeah, Coach, just to quote Shaquille O'Neal real quick, I owe you an apology. I was unfamiliar with your game. You were the fucking man. It's incredible to talk to you. But Matt Rule, Pat mentioned how Matt Rule brought up, his relationship with you and how you guys were brothers after, the first meal you guys had together. How important is that to you, just as far as relationships go with, your coaching staff and also your players? Just because, Pat mentioned the transfer portal, you really never know if the guy you're recruiting is going to be there 2 years later. So how do you kind of handle that, and how do you kind of approach player-to-player relationships and, coach-to-coach relationships?
Well, I'm a player's coach, and these guys are stuck with me for the rest of their life, whether they're with me for a year or they're with me for 4 or whatever. I've done 2 of my players' weddings, and first of all, I'm not a pastor, and
you got the little certificate.
I did. I actually asked Sam Tecklenburg, who played for the Carolina Panthers. I asked him. I said, "Are you sure? You've seen me at practice. You've heard my mouth."
Yes.
And he said, "No, Coach. I really want you to do this." But man, I do. I think. I'm a coach because of coaches. Harris Brownlee, Tom McCone, they made me the man that I am, and that's what I want to do. I want to help these guys become the men that they are, and I think it's a need in this world that we live in today that you got, just like you guys, you got strong role models, male role models that understand that we're in a very soft society, and we have to stand up and be real men. And I challenge my guys every day, but what I also challenge them every day with is I tell them I love them, I hug them, and I do. I pour into them, and I think that's why I'm on this earth. And I think it's a lot easier to do. It's harder every day, but it's a lot easier to do in high school football and college football than necessarily in the NFL. So I'm here to stay.
Well, I want to let you know, Jeez, I had no idea what was happening in this conversation looking ahead to it. I did some research on you. I love that it was High School Coaches Day here in Texas, so we could celebrate you with that. I had no idea everything that was about to come out of your mouth is who you are. You might be my favorite coach.
We're putting
I think Rich Rod's your favorite coach. But
you're right.
Yeah. And I love Rich Rod.
But you know what I mean.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're
the Pantheon with Signetti, with Rich Rod. He's in the Pantheon.
Another stud, man. I mean.
Yeah, Pantheon, I think is the right word there. Pantheon.
What he's doing at Indiana is absolutely incredible. I mean, it really is.
Similar mindset as you, though, too. Dogs.
Yeah.
Is it easy to find dogs nowadays or no? You talk about society a little bit. We wonder this about football. Isn't this kind of a conversation we have?
Yes,
all the time.
Is there going to be dogs forever?
No, I mean, you're helping create them, and then the biggest thing, whether they're a pup or trying to be a dog, is do they love football? You've got to find the guys that love football or want to fall in love with it, because it's hard, man. You've been a part of it, man. It's hard. It's a 24. Here's another thing. We have no optional classes at Texas Tech. So if you're in an in-person class, I'm going to know within 15 minutes you're late or absent, and then you're going to see me at 5:30 the next morning. I'm going to encourage you to be on time, because that's what men do. I'm going
to encourage you with some Stairmaster or some.
We got the Jacob's Ladder, and I bought the Jacob's Ladder on purpose just for that.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
It's encouragement.
But we've had our highest GPAs in the history of Texas Tech has been under the last 4 years of this coach's staff and this academic staff. And so, that's part of it. It's
absolutely.
Part of being a guy. This is what you do.
Yeah, you also got to show up for your obligations.
Yeah.
Now on that note, My experience at West Virginia was a little different. I wasn't at a lot of those. I would have been silent.
Now, I encourage fun. I mean, I did encourage my guys to. I was disappointed some of my equipment student workers were not in the tents. Like yesterday, we work out in the morning on on Thursday and Friday. So we come in at 6 o'clock. I gather them around, and I was like, "How was your night? Who stayed in the tents?" One out of 13. I was like, guys, we're going to have to read. We're going to have to read.
I don't know if they gave the right answer there.
No.
I think we're going to want to be a part of Texas Tech for the long haul. Let's go ahead and get out there in those tents. There were also a dance party, I think, about 12:31.
It was. I have a text group with my commits, so the 2026. And this is a unique group because they stay in that group. Some of them get their own group and leave me out of it. They leave. So I'll open my phone, and there's like 50 texts. And there was a video of 1 a.m., and they're like, oh, my God, this is incredible. I can't wait to get to Texas Tech.
Well, the way you describe and talk about Cody Campbell and the Double Eagles, the boys that are kind of giving back to all sports here, it's like, why not just build an absolute powerhouse right here in West Texas? Feels like you can do that. Ty has a question for you back in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Coach, speaking of that, and first and foremost, I will echo Connor's sentiment. As of about 20 minutes ago, never mind college, you are my favorite football coach. Period. High school,
He's
NFL.
Get you on the Packers, brother.
Yeah, exactly. You name it. But just talking about like what you just mentioned with the commits and all the resources you guys have, and you said how you got people coming up to you talking about how special it was, in 08 around that time when Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree were doing what they were doing. When you look at big picture at Texas Tech moving forward, do you think that it is just as desirable of a school for like these big high school commits in Texas as a Texas or a Texas A&M was? Because it does seem like over the course of the last however many years, like it was kind of always Texas and then everyone else, but it seems like you guys have you've really trimmed that gap down quite a bit.
Well, tomorrow is a big part of this, and us getting to the Big 12 championship, which we got to win tomorrow to do that, because we're eliminating all excuses. We have the best facilities in college football, and anybody that sits there and says, actually, some of these coaches that try to negatively recruit us, it blows up in their face because they're like, well, Tech doesn't have that, and then these guys get out here and they're like, no, their facilities are better than yours. We're sharing at the highest level whenever it comes to revenue share, so the money's not the excuse. What we got to check off is that we can play in all the big games, that we can do everything everybody else is doing, and that's what this year is so important. That's why tomorrow is so important. And I think we can compete with anybody. I think we've got a great coaching staff, and we got a great brand to sell.
247sports.com has you guys as the #1 recruiting class in the Big 12. Congratulations on that. West Virginia's coming for that ass.
Yeah.
The
last week, we got to go to y'all's place.
Not good. Scotty Fox is starting to figure it out.
That was a heck of a win.
Thank you.
That was a legit win.
We're finding a hard edge right there, Coach.
Yeah.
We're tapping the saddle.
I like it.
We're tapping the double T's.
Yeah.
You ever hop on this thing?
I have not, but I tap it every time whenever we friggin' go out.
I like that. Hi, Coach, I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for
taking
taking time
man.
on this Friday.
It's an honor. I'm serious, man. I'm a huge fan of you guys. Appreciate y'all.
We're a huge fan of yours.
Did you
have Ty and Connor right there? I mean, we know a lot more about you right now.
All right.
Yeah, I think you understand if you do watch the show. We're maybe too transparent and tell too much of how we feel.
That's all right.
We didn't know much about what was about to happen down here in Texas Tech. We didn't know much about Lubbock. I don't think we knew much about Texas Tech. Then we started seeing the videos. Then I started hearing people reach out to me. Matt over here reaches out to me. He's like, hey, we got to resist all half for you, don't you?
We got you one, man. It's got your name in it, man.
Yeah, it did. Especially for Pat McAfee.
Yes.
In there. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get down to Lubbock. And then we hear you talk. It's like, you guys got something special here. We're lucky to be here. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jay McGuire.
Yeah, Coach.
Love you, Coach.